to Philippine cinema.
Mas nakakapuyat ba ang film?
Yeah.
Best supporting actress, by the way.
Grabe!
Kainin
away
mo.
pa
tayo, di ba?
Hindi, kasi ito si sorry.
Good morning sa ating lahat.
Ay, good morning! Thank you,
Naka-ready na ang
Thank you
kape
po.
para magising tayo ngayong umaga. No?
Namaste.
Kamusta naman ang
Namaste.
lahat?
Cheers.
Kamusta naman? Ayan.
Great!
Inaantok, pero okay na.
Kakayanin natin yan. Laban tayo today?
Cheers,
Kaya
cheers.
ba?
Cheers tayo.
Cheers. Cheers tayo dyan.
Cheers.
To Philippine cinema.
Philippine cinema. Okay.
Okay.
Welcome, everyone. We are joined today by a remarkable group of creative forces. Yes. These are award-winning young actors with theater backgrounds who've delivered memorable performances in some of the most critically acclaimed films in recent times. They are not just skilled actors, but storytellers and artists who bring human, complex, and unforgettable characters to life, whether on screen or stage. Next
Very much.
Let us dive into the world of these actors and know more about their lives behind the reel.
Yes!
Hi guys! Thank you so much for being here. Pero bago tayo magsimula, kamusta po tayong lahat? Kamusta naman kayo ngayon?
Yes.
Excited.
Great.
Yeah.
It's
Really
fun.
excited to be here. Thank you for
Yes.
having us. And
Thank
of course,
you.
to be here with friends. Ang saya.
All right, I'm glad to hear that everyone's doing excited and great. I am very excited too. Also, I want to congratulate you on your recent career and personal achievements na mamaya ay pag-uusapan natin ng mas malaliman at mas kauntian lang naman, no? So, let's dive into it. Theater and film, two different art forms with different approaches. On stage, you get to perform in front of a live audience, no edits, no cuts, but in film, you get the chance to refine every shot or every moment. So, ang tanong ko sa inyo, kamusta ang experience nyo as you shift from theater to film, and what was the biggest adjustment that you had to make? Sige.
I'll start.
Alright,
Feeling ko
Gabby.
ako yung newbie as a teenager.
What?
Wow, as a teenager. But yes, kasi
As a creative force.
As a creative
As a
force.
creative
As a
force.
young
As a creative-
artist.
Yes.
Yes.
Kasi ako yung I feel late na nag-shift from theater to film and TV. So I'm still learning. I'm happy to be able to experience both.
Right.
I'm glad na meron akong nilagay na thought in my mind, like a limiting belief na pag teatro lang ako, ito talaga yung ginagawa ko. And hindi ako pupunta sa film or it's a different world. And I guess, buti na lang na-break ko yon.
Right.
Because every medium, every platform really makes you a better actor. There's so much more to learn. And I'm still learning. And that's why I'm very excited. Every time may bagong opportunity, may bagong project, I'm like, let's go, let's learn.
I'm happy to hear that. Cedric, insights on this?
Well, transitioning, I think yung pinaka mahalaga yung technicalities ng stage to screen. Kasi naalala ko nga nung 2016 when I did Die Beautiful, yun yung #1 note sa akin ni Direk Juan na kailangan mas concise, kailangan mas nasa muka yung mga ginagawa mo and magkakaiba pa kasi mga anggulo. So, kailangan namin as an actor somehow i-navigate yung emotion namin. Depende sa lente na gagamitin din, sa frame na gagawin din sa amin. So, yun yung pinakamalaking changes. Kasi yun nga, pag sa theater, kasi one whole go na yun. Nag-rehearse kami ng 2 months for that or 1 month for that. Pero sa film kasi, parang every sequences, every scene, para kaming nakikipagdigmaan sa camera and at the same time sa technicalities ng set. Mahirap siya sa una, lalo na kung tayo, we agree all on that.
Pero
Na-
hindi rin ba digmaan sa harap ng audience kapag sa theater?
Oo naman, digmaan siya. Pero naniniwala kami na mas medium kasi ng mga actors talaga yung theater.
Ang theater.
Kasi kami yung magdadala ng show. If ever na magkamali kami, kailangan namin saluhin bawat isa.
Yeah.
Kung may co-actor kami na nakakalimot, kailangan sobrang present namin para masalo namin siya. And yun yung purpose ng 2 months na yun.
Right.
And with filming kasi, magkakat ka. So somehow, alam mo na may gagawin ka lang such a way na per scene, ito lang yung gagawin mo. At pwedeng doon ka na nakafocus. Parang one at a time.
Since transitioning between these two creative mediums requires a different kind of preparation, I want to ask, how do you prepare for your roles in films and how does that process differ in preparing for a stage performance? Gabby?
So yun nga, we mentioned that may luxury of repetition. I feel like a lot of the preparation, or at least the work that we do to develop our characters happens in rehearsals versus in film. At least for me, the homework happens before you even step on set.
Right.
You want to be in front of the camera and you already know where your character is going to end up. Whereas in theater, you're figuring it out along the way. And I think that's the beauty of it then.
Kakki?
Yun, related din sa prep, na-enjoy ko kasi talaga yung rehearsals. Importante talaga yun sa akin. And sa film or TV, most of the time, we don't have the luxury of really just rehearsing with your co-actors, rehearsing on set. You really have to be there, tapos ready ka na.
So wala palang nangyayaring parang magsasama-sama muna kayo?
Depende.
Sa prayer lang, company.
Sa prayer.
Oo. Okay, good morning, ganyan, di ba? Pero minsan, depende siya sa project. May mga projects rin naman talaga na mag-workshop. Siyempre.
Kasi diba minsan may line reading din?
Oh yeah, for
Before,
sure, for
start
sure.
the shoot.
Depende siya. Depende siya sa role, depende siya sa requirement ng project, kung anong klaseng prep yung gagawin.
Pero ano yung mas sa tingin nyo nakakapagod para sa inyo? Cedrick?
Parehas siyang nakakapagod.
Yeah.
Kasi, for example, sa theater, kasi 1 to 2 months kami magre-rehearse. So, physically taxing talaga siya.
Right.
Kasi kailangan mo umuwi, ganyan-ganyan. Pero, nape-prepare mo yung sarili mo by the time na magpe-perform ka na. So, mas medyo may flowy ka na as an actor. Pero pag sa film kasi, especially TV, wala kang luxury of of preparing. So, kailangan mo i-rewire yung utak mo at kailangan maalala mo ano na yung mga nagawa namin. Kasi una-una, kailangan mo i-consider din, hindi siya chronological. Compared to theater na ano mo na yan, kahit pa paano, naaral mo na lahat, nahimay mo na lahat. Pero with film kasi, lalo na ng TV, depende pa kasi ang TV natin, depende, may rating ba, mataas ba ang rating ni ganito? Mas gusto ba ng tao tong si actor? So, somehow yung mga writers, i-rewrite nila yan. So, ikaw magugulat ka na parang, nag-iba na yung character arc ni ganito. So, kailangan mo ulit siyang aralin. So, parehas siya na taxing. I think mas mentally taxing ang screen acting compared to theater.
This conversation about the blend of theater and film brings me to you, Elijah. Your...
Bakit?
Oo nga! Morning!
Dolly in.
Yeah. Your performance in About Us But Not About Us, for example, had a very natural, dialogue-driven feel, almost theatrical. Did it feel like a blend of both worlds for you? At meron bang mga oras na nasasabi mo sarili mo, ay, teka lang, I had to tone down some theatrical instincts for the screen.
Definitely. Sabi ko nga when I accepted the role na parang actor's dream to do something like that for a film. Kasi to portray like several characters or yung ganung klaseng mumblecore type of concept. Sa theater, madalas talaga may makuha tayong ganung project. Pero when it comes to film, like that only comes once in a blue moon. So when I was doing it, alam ko na parang I'm gonna attack this like the theater. We're just sitting down, we're just talking, tapos scheming, all these verbs, choices, beats, whatever. Parang just go crazy with it. So minemorize ko na lahat. I memorized it for about like 2 weeks, tapos I had over a month to prepare. So sobrang prepared ako, script analysis-wise. And then when I got there, hindi nga pala to theater, pelikula nga pala siya, and it's still different. So mali yung pagkakapasok ko. Like, first day of shoot, I remember nasabihan nga ako ni Cedrick Juan, who was the director of that film, na masyado akong mechanical with my choices. Yung transition ko from one beat to another, sobrang halata. Robotic was his term.
Mas kailangan kasi realistic ng konti sa pelikula. no?
Yeah, especially sa ganong klaseng pelikula na you're just sitting down and just talking about random stuff. Kailangan talaga, it feels real. May pagka-slice of life dapat yung attack niya. So I had to adjust all the way, unlearn everything that I prepared, and just be in the moment. And yun yung natutunan ko naman sa co-actor ko at that time, si Kuya Romnick, who also does theater, pero mas sanay siya sa film, and he attacked it in a completely different way that I did. Na he was just more present and just figuring out things on the fly.
Cannot be as extravagant as theater. So, etong susunod kong tanong para kay Kakki, no? Gusto kong malaman, ano ang ginawa mong paghahanda para masigurado mo na si Nimia sa entablado, she would translate well on screen?
I think yung full-on preparation ko na talaga was when na-announce na pasok kami sa MMFF.
Right.
So in my mind, okay, so totoo na to, number one, we start shooting in 2 months. So let's make sure na peak condition ako as an actor because it's a musical film. And I wanted to make sure na, okay, maraming takes to, kailangan hindi ako mapapaos, kailangan handa ako. Siyempre, in theater, we rehearse, pero...
Mas nakakapuyat ba ang film?
Oo.
Yeah.
Oo naman. Yun talaga.
Napaka lakas ng damdamin ni Cedric, no?
Yun talaga, diba? And especially if you have limited time,
Right.
diba? So, yun, I needed to make sure na back to peak condition yung aking boses. Vocally, ganun yung mga naging prep. I think meron akong confidence. And it also helps na ginawa ko na ngayong character ng 2018 and 2019. Meron akong confidence na si Nimia, at lagi ko ito sinasabi sa mga ibang tao na kapag mag-rerun kami, nandiyan lang si Nimia, kaya ko siyang tawagin. So, yun ang, hindi ako nagkaroon ng any problem in my mind, any doubt na kaya ko siyang kunin. She'll be back.
Speaking of powerful performances, Gabby, in Konobasyo,
What a
super
segue.
powerful performances. Gabby, in Konobasyo, your character carries a lot of internal struggles from alienation to grief. On top of that, sa Japan kayo nag-shoot, isang bansa na may ibang kultura sa atin. So, how did you step into your character's emotions and navigate that performance?
I always get asked like what the cultural differences are between Japanese people and Filipino people when they grieve, because with Ella, she was kind of submerged into this foreign land that she's never been in. I guess Japanese people have a tendency to be more subdued, more internal with their grief. But the interesting thing about Ella was that she was also very similar to them in that sense. I remember si Direk J, yung sinasabi niyang gusto niya daw maramdaman in one of the first few scenes, which was the funeral when she arrives, is that he wanted it to feel like I was a fish out of water. And so yun yung pinaglaruan namin. And it was a practice of resisting.
Yeah.
Si Ella kasi, although she's an anthropologist and she would know the practices and the customs of these people, because she's coming from a place that's so complex. Just for context, she arrives in Japan, her father has died, and she doesn't have much of a relationship with him. And all of a sudden, she has to navigate this grief of losing this father that she doesn't really know. And then coming to terms with the fact that he has this full life, this full relationship with another daughter. And that's something that she's never had. And so, yung internal struggle na yun was really finding the balance between honoring that feeling, but also resisting and suppressing it.
Did the culture and setting, syempre, ang ganda sa Japan, did it influence your performance in any way?
Definitely. I mean, shooting in a place like Rikuzen Takata, which was one of the hardest hit areas ng tsunami, you feel the collective grief of the people, and it's still so fresh. It's happened almost a decade ago, but you still feel yung sense of loss.
Yes.
Because that was such a tragedy. So definitely that informed our experience of shooting it. Yeah.
So from Japan, no, let's travel back in time. Napakalaki ng historical and cultural significance ng Gumburza. So Cedric, mula teatro papuntang pelikula, no, bilang isang aktor, how did you approach the role given its weight and legacy?
Ang first kong request sa Jesuit Communication was language coach talaga. Kasi yun nga kailangan mo siyang aralin. Kailangan mong aralin yung lingwahe kasi si Padre Burgos ay isa siyang dalawang
Kamukha mo yun.
Grabe yung hype. No? Pero happy ako about it. Pero yun nga, so kailangan mo siyang aralin kasi nagtuturo siya sa UST, tapos teacher siya, marami siyang mga estudyante, grabe yung ito.
Estudyante
Student mo pala.
Student.
Pasyal.
Si Senyor.
Tapos ang dami niyang na-influence. Ang dami niyang mga tao na, even Rizal, di ba?
Yeah.
So nanggaling ako dun sa, ano yung una kong uunahin sa dami ng responsibilities ng character na to. So, ang unang-una, I think ang nagkasundo muna kami ni Pepe was, nung merong final casting kami sa Jesuit Communication sa Ateneo, basta ang dami niyang tinanong sa akin na hindi ko ina-expect na tatanungin niya. Like for example, sino yung mga inspiration ko, yung mga inspiration na yung paano siya nakaka-apekto sa buhay ko, ganon. So gusto niya malaman muna yung core ko as Cedric bago ko isuot si Padre Burgos. Kasi that's very important kasi nga it's about patriotism, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos gaano ka strong yung pagiging Pilipino mo at ano yung pananaw mo during this time. Gaano siya magiging ka-relevant. Tapos, after nun, language na. Kasi, ang hirap nung hindi mo naiintindihan yung sinasabi mo. And as an actor, ang hirap nung, like for example, sa Konobasho, di ba, Japanese yung lines mo, doon Spanish yung lines, mahirap din sasabihin mo lang pero hindi mo naiintindihan. So, iba pa yung kabisado mo na siya or naiintindihan mo na siya, pero pag once na tumutok sa yung camera, different pa siya. Kasi pwedeng yung emotions mo mablock. Kasi hindi ka naging naturally na dahil hindi mo sobrang naiintindihan yung sinasabi mo. So language talaga. At the same time, meron lang, I think 85% to 90% na talagang based on historical fact siya. Kasi kailangan ng kung ano yung narrative na tinahak ni Pepe Diokno and ni Rodi Vera for this. So, kailangan mo magkaroon pa rin ng hinga. Kailangan magkaroon ka pa rin ng slice of life na parang ito ka, Cedric, take mo as Padre Burgos.
So kailangan mong i-balance yung historical accuracy and artistic interpretation mo talaga ng role?
Oo naman. Kasi, tawag dito, we only had few accounts ng buhay ng Gumburza. Kahit sa mga historical books natin, we only have like 1 to 2 pages ng Gumburza. And nakilala lang sila dahil sa Garote. So, heavy research talaga siya. And at the same time, kaya dun nag-make sense sa akin bakit ako tinatanong ni Pepe ng mga ganun. Kasi issue siya natin mga Pilipino at kung gaano pa rin siya ka-relevant after 150 years.
Right. All right, wow. Thank you so much, guys. That was amazing. But at this point, we're gonna have a fun little segment called Sneak Peek.
Okay.
Sneak peek. In this segment, we will show a sneak peek of photos or stills from your recent films. At kapag naipakita namin sa inyo itong mga photos na to, we would like for you guys to share a little something about them. It could be a story from the set, your thoughts on the scene, your acting process while filming, or anything that you would like to share.
Sige.
Okay.
Pero little lang.
Sige, kayo wala. Dahil natin.
Little lang, okay.
Little lang, sige.
Oh, I love this movie. I love this movie.
All right, this
yes,
one's
Gitling,
for
no.
Gabby.
This is from Gitling. We shot this in the beautiful ruins in Bacolod. One of the interesting things about this film is, if you've seen the film, there are subtitles talking about how the characters feel. But it was not written that way. This was something that was discovered in post by Direct Joe P. Pinaglaruan niya lang yung scene, and then it just gave birth to this beautiful thing. And that's the great thing about cinema, is that the evolution happens even after you film. And I know a lot of people love this scene especially. And so yeah, that's my trivia about it. I really love this film. It's a quiet, very intimate film, and I'm so happy that we get to take it places.
Ang ganda pelikula. Next, ito ay para kay Gabby. Wow!
Okay.
Still. MMFF. Best Supporting Actress, by the way.
Grabe. Well,
Yes,
una sa
Kakki.
lahat, itong shot na to, wala to sa final product ng pelikula.
Oo nga.
Wala. Hinanap ko yan eh. Kasi yun yung nasa mga trailer, gumaganyan ako, di ba? Sabi ko, ito na, stampede na. Ano kaya? Saan kaya? Ay, wala. Pang ano lang siya.
Bentol, bakit mo kinot yun, Bentol?
Kasalanan mo, Bentol.
Oh, pero,
Would you have wanted that this be included in the film?
yes. Pero kasi, yun na nga, decision ni Direk Pepe yan, decision ng editors yan.
Right.
Natutuwa lang ako dyan kasi naging meme din siya for a while.
Right.
Kasi ganyan, na parang ginagamit siya na parang Monday na naman. Yun yung
Yes,
ginagawa.
yes.
Meme ya.
Meme ya.
Wow!
Yan talaga. But yes, as in, ayun, ang nakakagulat about that. You won't actually see this scene
Right.
or this shot sa film.
Okay, next. Ito ay para
Ay,
kay
grabe
Elijah.
naman.
Sino yan?
Baby, 13 ka niyan.
No, I was 18
Ah,
eh.
18.
Gosh.
Hindi talaga ako 15. What can I share about this?
15.
Ang init, yun ang maalala ko.
Kita yung pawis.
Tapos, we were brief naman about this whole scene. Even my parents were brief kasi nga 18 pa lang ako at the time. Tapos itong mga co-actors ko, they're still one of my closest friends pa rin hanggang ngayon. Nakakatuwa. We call us, basta we're like a tight group. And I love these guys to death. This was just a fun scene to shoot in general. Kasi when you read it, it's just a scene they're tripping, they do substances, and then they're just experiencing the high.
Yeah,
Tapos,
nagbibigay sa inyo.
ikaw ang nagbigay. Tama, ikaw ang nagbigay.
I was part of Canal 15.
Siya yung nagbigay ng
So,
substance.
yeah, I think na-remember ko yan. Pumasok pa ako para magbigay ng LSD.
Yes.
Yung character mo yung nagbigay.
Oo, tapos may eksena kami na parang
Super
kainin
away
mo.
pa tayo, di ba?
Hindi, kasi to si sorry. Kasi to si Cedric, I guess we were just given the freedom to just have fun with the scene. Tapos pasok siya, tapos it's one long take. Pasok siya, okay, kainin mo to. Tapos sinusubo niya sa akin, ginanong ko talaga siya. Ginanong ko siya. Sabi niya, hindi, subo mo to. Sabi niya pa, parang
Parang ginawa ko pa.
ginawa pa niyang communion. To Cedric.
ang saya.
But yeah, this scene, it was really hot. Nilagyan kami ng oil all over us. And they did their own monologues. And it was a scene na aaminin niya that he was sick, you know, that he had HIV. Grabe yung pagkakamount ni Carlo Mendoza and ng PD namin na si Maulin Fadul. The colors, even if it's just black and white.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
All right, last but not least, for Cedric, of course.
Siyempre.
What can you say about this? I think it's from, Gumburza.
Yeah. I think yung eksena na yung kakabato lang sa amin ng sutana namin. Kasi yung sa eksena na yan, gusto kaming patayin ng Governor General na without sutana. Yung character ni Tito Jaime Fabregas, siya yung, I think, parang Archbishop siya ng Manila niya, na parang hindi pa ba enough na parang papatayin niyo sila, mga pare sila. So, hindi ko hayaan na alisin niyo yung honor sa kanila. So, gusto ko na magsuot pa rin sila ng sutana. And naalala ko, niyakap ko tong sutana, dinrop dyan sa floor niya, nabasa. So, nabasa rin yung damit ko. Oo. Yeah.
White pa yan,
Nanailaw?
Yeah, tapos si Enchong, alam ko, nakatulog
Tulog
siya sa
talaga
eksena. Kasi ganyan lang siya.
Talaga ba?
Sigurado tulog talaga yan.
As in, pumiyok si Enchong. Ha! Gulat siya rin sabi niya.
Sometimes, you just have to accept na no matter your preparation, sometimes, mali ka.
Nangyari, bakit hindi pa sila nagbibigay ng trophy?
Ako na lang lahat gaganap ng mga gay characters.
Nakakataka pa rin dyan.
I'm happy to announce that I will be doing my first teleserye.
Nag-uusapan natin
Surrounded by award-winning
actors.
actors.
Yung 100,000.
Oh, nasaan na yung 100?
Nasaan na? Anong